Okay, hi everybody. Part two, the scoops of chemo. First of all, I hope you can see me. It is kind of dark. I do have the lights on, but yeah, I guess it's just my camera. First, I wanted to say I watch my other videos, and I don't really mean to blink like 8 million times in the matter of the amount I'm speaking. Um, it's just that's one of the side effects of chemo, dry eyes. I mean, freaking dry eyes. If you've never had dry eyes in your life before, believe you me, this is not. It's not cool. Okay, it, there's a princess. um, it's just dry eyes. So, and worse with contact lenses, you end up blinking like 800,000 times, and some people think that you have Tourette's, which only makes sense. But a lot of my blinking is because of the dry eyes. It's one of the side effects from chemo, and like I said before, some of the side effects last forever. I do have a habit of looking around a lot, and it's not because I'm nervous or it's just I'm so prone into making sure everybody's in the right area at the right time. I mean, this one loves to go out the front door when nobody's looking. I always have to have my autism radar on, as you know, and it's just the baby is always screaming, so I have to find out what's going on with him. So if I constantly looking around, I'm not tweaking, I'm not losing it. It's just something is always happening. You know, if somebody's not coming to the door, the kids are acting up, or somebody's in the icebox when they shouldn't be, or somebody's in the shower waiting for me to shower them. So yeah, with the blinking and the constant looking around, yeah, I kind of sort of look like I'm losing it. So otherwise, in that, just in case you were wondering, I did receive all my chemo treatments at Straub Hospital downtown. It's called the Outpatient Treatment Center, and it's actually a very small area. I think being filled up, there's maybe 15, 20 patients. If it's all filled up, and it's kind of you get your own little cubby area. You either have a choice of a gurney or a recliner. Um, I don't want to say the recliners are comfortable, but they serve their purpose. They're kind of padded. I guess the point is you're there for chemo. It just basically sucks, and they're just trying to help you get as comfortable as possible. I did say I had wonderful nurses. I did get attached to this one nurse who pretty much kept me in good spirits all the time. Like I said before, I did go for 8 sessions every other week, so kind of came out to about 2 months straight. Look at her. You see, I told you I'm always looking. I'm trying to climb over the couch. But you get to build a relationship. At one point I was bringing them donuts when my appointment was 8 o'clock in the morning, and it's nice to build a relationship when something is going on like that because you want to be able to feel comfortable. You want to be able to share your concerns, share your fears, because I'm not saying the nurse has been there, done that, but they're experienced in the situation, so they can help you. Like I told you before, a lot of them are bringing me ginger candy, ginger tea. You know, I would ask them questions. You never want to ask the questions that make you feel weird, like, oh my God, am I the only one? But my nurses were awesome, and I could ask them stuff, and none of them ever made me feel shame or weird or whatever. So I guess that's a sign of the true nurse. If you can talk to them with no shame in your game, then you're really lucky. I did come across one nurse. The only crappy thing about her was, she was making conversation with me, which was fine. Of course, I love to talk if you know me. And, she started talking about kids and, she doesn't have any. And when she was asking me about my kids, of course I broke it down for her. Number one, two, three, and four. The big age difference, what challenges I have with each of them. And when it came to Lono, she she really tried to ask me in her own blunt way of what am I gonna do when I die regarding Lono. And like anything, a lot of us as parents, we feel in our hearts we want to get our babies ready for the world, and we assume we have all this time with them, and most of us do have time, to get them ready for the world. But I look at Leno, and I just don't know how much time I'm gonna have with him, or you know what's gonna happen after I'm gone. And it's a really shitty thing to think about. It's very shitty. I am very blessed to say that I do have a lot of nieces who I know are going to step up to the plate, because as much as I love Carnalo, I know he will excel in life and become something magnificent and pay for somebody to take care of Lono, which is fine. Which is fine. I've always told Carnalo, if he's fine in his heart the way Lono is taken care of, then please understand that Mom will always be fine with his choices. And like I said, I have a lot of nieces who I know will step it up, and Lona will never be alone. The two things that really carried me over in regards to Lona was Lona will never be alone, and I have faith that someone will be there for him forever. So back to what I was saying, this one nurse, she kind of, I don't want to say rudely, but she's very blunt and very um, I don't know. I guess she didn't accept that I have faith that Lona will be fine, and I was kind of taken aback by it. I just really wanted to tell her in so many words to shut the up, but she was handling my chemo, and I didn't need her to get all irate on me. So yeah, of course, you know what I did. After chemo, I just happened to run into the boss, and I just happened to mention if I can please not have this nurse again, and they were absolutely fine with it. They totally understood. Like I said, you have a nurse. If you don't have a good nurse, it's not going to be a good chemo session. I mean, I guess like anything, if it's not a good nurse, it ain't going to go over well. But like I said before, if you ever face with chemo, if it's your choice to go that way, believe me, you can do it. If I did it, you can do it. I don't know much about other places that have chemo sessions. I know Castle has one. My girlfriend always says wonderful things about them. I know not Castle, excuse me, Queen's Hospital. You can get chemo over there. I heard great things, so it's nice to know that it seems wherever you go. Wait, I have to check on the princess. Okay, it seems wherever you are scheduled to receive chemo, you can feel comfortable. You can feel relaxed because on top of everything else you're feeling, you don't want to worry about the conditions or who's going to give you chemo. My next video, I'll talk about how I found the lump in my breast. It's really kind of outrageous stories. And otherwise than that, like I always tell you, always have faith, always fight, and failure is never an option when it comes to your life. Okay? Love you guys. Take care.